Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Copy Kitty, the Turbo Edition. This is a newish release. The original has been out for a while, I believe, and is free to download. The Turbo Edition adds some things and is available on the web page, which I will link to. It is also available on the itch.io store, which I will also link to. And it is also on Greenlight, so I will link to that and encourage you to vote if you would like to see the game on Steam. So this is a game by Entanma Project, and I'm just going to jump in and kind of explain what's going on here. There is quite a bit to the game, and it has kind of a lot of influences that it wears on its sleeve. As you can see here in the options, you've got a lot of cool things. It keeps stats on what weapons you use, various other things. It has a bunch of challenges to do, so kind of like achievements, and it does keep track of like how many things that you do, like how many, so like there I'm 126 out of 139 to getting that. I think that's basically all the stuff to show off there. There's training, which is just like the tutorial. Mission mode, which is like the actual campaign, and then endless mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. So I'm going to do some missions here. We get a choice of two characters. This is recommended for easy, like if you are new to the game. This is recommended if you have played the game and are pretty good at it. So I'm going to jump in here at the kind of early levels and show what is going on. There are also two difficulties for each level, so there's actually quite a bit here. There's over 80 levels, I believe, total. So to start with, we get to choose basically which weapon we want to start with. And the idea of this game, and where the title comes from, is that a lot of these levels will have enemies, right? This one doesn't. This one's kind of an interesting one. There are levels like this, and one of the influences I'm going to talk about a little bit is like Smash Bros. And this one, I really see that influence, especially because of like the kind of hit the targets kind of stages in Smash Bros. But a lot of this stuff is actually kind of has the feeling of like a single player version of Super Smash Bros., which I think is cool. So basically what's going on here is we can kill enemies, and as you can see, some of them like drop shiny things that we're picking up, like that. And basically that is like their weapon type. That one I just picked up was just HP, but they all tell you when you pick them up what they do. And then you can sift through the things that you have, so you can see on the left side I've got Force, Bounce, and Quick. And of course each one has ammo, excuse me. And then, so that is using the X button on the Xbox 360 controller, and then if I use B, you just saw what I did there, so I'm just going to skip past that stuff. And B will actually use the combination of all of your weapons at the same time. So, with that in mind, there are actually like a ton of combinations, because there are quite a few different weapon possibilities. So there, like I've got Bounce Lightning, which is awesome. And this is kind of what you end up getting, is all these crazy combinations as far as like the weapons go. So I'd say like if I was going to like compare it to anything, like I said, I mentioned kind of like some potential Smash Bros. Influence. Also, obviously, there's like some Kirby influence here, in the way that all of your weapons kind of take on the form of the enemies that you kill. And also in that regard, like a bit of Mega Man, because I see kind of the way the gameplay plays out as being a little bit like Mega Man, which I think is awesome. Those are, you know, three really, really great series. Yeah, I love when you can just combine crazy weapons like that. And the weapons are pretty different. So this is the Tornado, and you can see that the Tornado will go through obstacles, but it can only shoot up, which makes a lot of sense. Wow, and then you can combine Tornado with other stuff to basically make some like crazy overpowered stuff go on. We've also got a kick move, which I will show off real quick. We don't need to kick too often, actually. Alright, this is a pretty tough level, so... I think this is actually like the last one that I played. And it did not go well. Yeah, I might die here. We'll see. Goodness. Alright, so yeah, you can see that like I can kick through some things. But yeah, I died. It's pretty hard. Like, you have to try and basically fight this big guy without much of a weapon to start with, because so we've got our normal weapon, and then we can get the one weapon from this guy, and that's what we get to go. So you can see that he says key, and that is because the big green bar behind him won't open until this enemy is killed. So that's how the key system works. Alright. So. Alright, cool, I got him. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't get to do this before. That is awesome. Wow. Okay, well, I like this a lot. Oh, I can do the light of Ra. Boom. Fear me. Wow, okay, this is cool. I really like this. Yeah, I didn't get to see this before. This is awesome. I like this a lot. If you couldn't tell. I'm gonna use this light of Ra again. Boom. Oh, I love that. Unfortunately, I think this is the end of the line. Oh, no. Oh, maybe I can get in there. Yes. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, so I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, this is what's going on. It's pretty awesome. I am, like, blown away by it. If you couldn't tell, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm basically just, like, having fun at this point. It's become less of a let's look at and more of a let's just play and see what's going on, which is always a good sign. And then also, from... Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm just skipping past the story. I will leave that for you if you decide to pick up the game. Alright, so this is actually getting into levels that I have not played yet, so we will see how this goes. Yeah, so I mean, that's the gameplay. From a story standpoint, basically what's happening is that other guy who keeps talking to us, Savant, has basically put us into a computer program, which is what we are, which is why it looks like we're in the Matrix or something. Whoa, I like that a whole lot. Oh, I guess as far as like Kirby goes, because I mentioned Kirby, it reminds me of Kirby 64, because I think that was one where it was like really apparent that like you could combine weapons, and that was like the first time I really got that sense of that. Anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on with the story. Again, I said I didn't want to delve too much into the story. I feel like, whoa. I think the game is much more about the gameplay than the story, in my opinion. That's how I've felt about it so far. That is like a big old sheep. Boom. From an art perspective also, I think this looks fantastic. I haven't really gotten to the art and music yet, but yeah, the art and the music are both really, really fantastic. I love just like watching the game, because every time we have like some crazy power, everything just starts looking like rainbowy effect, and you know, the game as well, just like in general, looks really, really good. And I can definitely appreciate that. I like the fact that it's almost got like a 2.5 dimension kind of thing going for it, because the game is in 2D, but our character, well, and actually a lot of the enemies look like they have kind of a 3D kind of model to them, and I like that. It looks really, really good. And you know, that is, if you like colors and you like big explosions, then you're gonna like it. If that kind of stuff bothers you, then it may get distracting, I suppose. But personally, I like it a lot. I find it to be really fun and interesting to look at. And then, like I said, from a music perspective, I think it sounds really good. I really like the sounds. I've really enjoyed the soundtrack so far. And I believe if you buy the game, you get the soundtrack, so that's kind of cool. Nice. Alright, oh, cool, yeah, it's giving me an arrow to where to go. I'm just bad. Alright. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much what's going on with this game. I'll probably do like another level or two, but as far as like my commentary of like the overview of the game, that's what's going on here. It's, personally, I like it. I think it's awesome. I'm having a really great time with it. And whoa, okay. So okay, cool. So we got like our first boss here. So yeah. I guess like it didn't feel this way so much when I was playing it to kind of get a feel for everything at first. But the more I play it, the more I really do feel kind of a Kirby influence, specifically Kirby 64. And I don't know if this is actually an influence, but it's the influence that I'm feeling from it. So it's kind of the game that is kind of stuck out to me the most. Of course, you know, if you're gonna have a game where you copy enemy powers, that's pretty much bound to happen. That Kirby will get mentioned. But, you know, a lot of it feels like Kirby, and that boss really felt like a Kirby kind of boss. So, yeah, I don't think there's much else to say, so I guess I'll jump into this level. Whoa, oh, I really like this. So different, this is like the second set of worlds, and as you can see, it's quite a bit different. And here's a new weapon power as well, so yeah, it does a really good job of staying fresh. Oh, okay, cool, I can kick these, or some of them. Yeah, the game definitely feels fresh. I haven't really like gotten bored of it yet. There's, I believe, like 12 worlds like this with this many levels in each one. So you saw me go through the first world here in you know, about 15 minutes or so. So I would say for the whole game, maybe to go through all the levels once, I don't know, expect a few hours of gameplay at least. And then of course after that, you know, there's a harder difficulty, there's a second character to play through. So you know, no shortage of gameplay here. In my opinion, I think it's absolutely worth the price of admission, and yeah, I think that is honestly probably where I'm going to leave this one off. Like I said, I've just been blown away by it so far. If it looks like something that you would like, then I encourage you not only to follow the links and purchase the game for yourself, but also to vote for it on Greenlight to help get the game onto Steam, because that is a pretty big deal. So yeah, that is where I'll leave this one off. So as always, feel free to comment if there's anything that you'd like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos every single day, and if you liked my look at Copy Kitty the Turbo Edition, then please do consider clicking the like button, because that helps me out a lot. And I definitely appreciate everything you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.